Hello, we're going to talk about topic number one, AI in art and creativity. And well, to start, artificial intelligence has entered the realm of art and creativity with impressive force. We all know that, raising profound questions about authorship, cultural identity, and the future of human expression. As generative AI models now create music, visual art, literature, and even design patterns, we're prompted to ask, can machine-generated creativity truly replace the depth and emotion of human artistic expression? While AI can replicate styles and generate content at unprecedented speed, it lacks the lived experiences and cultural nuances that give human creativity its unique meaning. This brings forth challenges, especially regarding cultural representation and ownership. If an AI system creates a piece of music or visual art, who deserves the recognition, the machine, the programmer, or the machine? Or the artist whose work inspired the dataset? Moreover, as AI becomes a tool in creativity industries, how do we ensure the real artists and cultural contributors are valued and fairly compensated? This topic invites us to reflect not only on the capabilities of AI in art, but also on the ethical, cultural, and economic dimensions of creativity in a digital age.
AI in art and creativity presents us with a paradox. While it democratizes access to tools and inspires new forms of expression, it also challenges the very essence of human creativity. From an ethical standpoint, these tensions call us to reflect on the dignity of the artist and the cultural significance of creating works. When AI generates art, it often does so by reconfiguring existing data, potentially diluting cultural context and undermining the originality that defines human expressions. Ethically, we must recognize that the creativity is not just about producing something new, it's about the artist's intention, emotions, and cultural background. Therefore, while AI can assist and even expand human imagination, it should not overshadow or commodify the deeply human aspect of art that connect us to our history and communities. Only by acknowledging this balance can we ensure that technology enhances rather than diminishes our collective creativity.
When thinking about how new technologies interact with artistic creation, it's crucial to move beyond a black and white perspective. Reducing the conversation to whether we should accept or reject these tools oversimplifies a much more complex reality. Instead, we need a broader ethical lens, one that considers the rights of creators, the preservation of cultural identity, the design of responsible systems, and the real world impact on daily life. Rather than seeing technology as a replacement, we can view it as a collaborator that supports and expands human expression. This means designing systems that are transparent about how content is created and ensuring that all contributors, especially artists, are fairly recognized and compensated. It also means protecting cultural diversity by promoting inclusive representative data and avoiding the erasure of marginalized voices. Ultimately, this approach allows us to build bridges between innovation and tradition, fostering a creative future grounded in fairness, inclusion, and shared responsibility.
Well, and now we're going to present some interviews, a couple interviews. First of all, with an expert to have like a more clear view of this topic, and then we're going to interview an ordinary person that we found on the street, like to have like this point of view of the normal citizen of the city.
Hi, my name is Carlos Cantu, and today we're going to interview Jaime Corona. That maybe you can talk a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm a music producer and I am a fan of technology. I am entering Berkeley, which is one of the best music schools in the world, in August, so I'm very excited about it.
Well, today we have a couple of questions, Jaime, about art and creativity, talking about AI specifically. So, our main debate right now is: do you think AI could reach the point that replaces human creativity?
No, I don't think so because uh, creativity in music comes from feelings, which is I think something that machines could never recreate, because feelings come from experiences, and this I don't think so.
Now, talking about like AI, that it recognizes patterns and says like, okay, so this is a catchy melody, so this is I don't know, this it's how it sounds normally when sad. For example, like maybe when it's a sad song, maybe they tend to add more piano, so it creates patterns to the point that it can create itself a melody and maybe a lyric and that sort of thing. Would you feel comfortable maybe listening to a song that it sounds like it's 100 human made, but it's actually AI? Would you be comfortable listening to that?
I mean, I have listened to some songs that AI have created, and even though they are like good or nice to listen, it's like music is all patterns and theory, but I don't think like music is not only patterns and theory. It's more like the emotion you put in it, and maybe I don't know. It's like the interpretation of the of the feelings, or how you want to transmit it, that makes music different from others.
Well, I'm 100% agreeing with you. I think it sounds almost soulless when you listen to a song like that. Maybe it's catchy and that sort of thing, but it's soulless. And also, like, there's people that doesn't agree with us. People think that, okay, AI is gonna make music now, and the way ain't gonna have more artists.
Mhm.
But now, do you think AI should take credit for the songs? Or do you think like it shouldn't? Because there's two ways of looking at this.
Mhm.
First of all, is saying like there's like, for example, you don't give credits to the brush of the person that painted, you know, because it's just like as a tool. Do you think AI should take credit, or maybe just don't say that you use AI? Like, what's your point of view?
I think it should have credit, because I mean, even though it's not a person, it's from my point of view, it's incongruent to not to say that something was yours, which it isn't.
So you think it's more than just a tool for it to be?
I mean, it is a useful tool, but there is trending something now that like like people are making music for like commercially to sell, and they are forgetting about the importance of the feelings that art involve.
And like, for example, like, will you be agreeing for the AI to help in the process? Maybe not create it, but help in the process. Like, I don't know, like mixing and mastering, or like I don't know, like fixing, like like I don't know, you maybe cut a part of the voice, so just fix that, or maybe equalize it, something like that. Would you be willing for AI to do that, and you still will listen to the song like the lyric was written by a person, the beat was making by a person, but AI helped with like the arrangement of things? Would you be willing to listen to music like that?
Yeah, I know producers that have made that have used AI for a good reason, like mixing and mastering, or for identifying things faster, like in the sounds, to create sounds like more like parecidos, but not accurate as they want.
Yeah. So that will be all for the interview. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you, Jaime, for your time.
Hi, I'm Emiliano Villalon, and I'm here with Antonio. and he's not an expert in AI topics, but he's going to answer us some questions. First of all, Antonio, do you think it's possible to replace human creativity with generative capacity that AI currently has?
I mean, it's possible, but AI doesn't have feelings, so that's some part that it can replace the human being.
Okay. And if AI helps to generate a pattern of image or creative products, what about expressions of particular cultural context? For example, how can we continue to defend cultural diversity with these AI topics?
I think that AI should be more trained, and try to analyze the context from each perspective and not be biased.
And for the last question, if an AI can take credit for creative outputs, for example, a musical composition, how does it affect those who engage in that activity? And how would you take in credit for the artistic work? And how would you ensure that people And for the last question, if an AI can take credit for a creative output, for example, a musical composition, how does that affect those who engage in that activity? And how will you take credit for the artistic work? And also, how would you ensure that people who engage in some creativity activity are fairly compensated for what they do?
I think that AI, in the area where it takes up to the taking people's jobs, I think that we should give credit to AI, but at the same time, it is hard to think of a good prompt to get exactly what you want and exactly what you want.
Okay. Thank you a lot, Antonio, and thanks for taking the time to answer these questions.